Hello again, I'm your internet dad, sharing life lessons I offered my own sons in the hope that they'll help you too. These videos come out twice a week on a variety of subjects, so think of becoming a subscriber so you'll be alerted when they arrive. Now, today's talk is entitled, Breaking Up is Hard to Do. This is a perfectly natural phenomenon which happens in your life, and I'm going to give you a few suggestions as to how to make it easier for you. Now, if you saw my video, the 4 rules of dating, and also my video on marriage, how to stay married forever, this video is really talking about different relationships altogether, ones that lasted longer than normal dating cycle, but don't result in marriage. They can be 1, 2, or 3 years long. Now, many times, if you find yourself in a relationship like this and it's not working out, or it wasn't as good as you thought it was going to be, life will take you away. Education, you'll move, or a new job, or a new country that you'll move to, and that will end the relationship as easily as possible. But if you're not moving away and the relationship is ending, you got to do the right thing and make sure it happens yourself. Now, as a general rule, rather than having a massive fight, let it wither on the vine. Hopefully, she will think there's something going wrong. You may have a heart-to-heart talk, and it ends all peacefully. One suggestion I have is, if this long-term relationship is ending, don't be too quick to introduce a new girlfriend, if you have one, to your friends. You want your old girlfriend to expect that it wasn't a competitor that broke up the relationship, that it was just that the relationship matured and that you grew apart. Be less recriminations there. Now, if you've been together for 1, 2, or 3 years, the expectation might be on the part of the girl that marriage is in the future. If this is the case, fine. But I'm discussing a situation where you're breaking up a longer-term relationship, and she may have considered the possibility of marriage. If that's the case, and you want to get married, fine. If you don't do things that will fuel her fantasies about it. It's a case that you don't want to get married, and you're too young to do it, or some other similar excuse, and you let the whole relationship taper off as gracefully as possible. Now, if you're both sharing living accommodation, this makes it for a much more complicated situation, and that's why I advocate against it. Even if one of you just has a hole in the wall, it's better than having nothing, and it rules out a brutal ending of a relationship that results in somebody hitting the sidewalk at 3 o'clock in the morning with nowhere else to go. So don't let it develop that far. Now, all of this is on the presumption that you've decided to end the relationship. What if she has? Well, hopefully she'll have dropped hints to you and you'll have some suspicion that it's not working. I hope that she would have a heart-to-heart talk with you, and that she would be equally gracious in explaining that the relationship is not what it was, and that you're going to part. Obviously, we're not going to have a brat fit in a public restaurant. If this happens to you, it can seem at the time like it's the end of the world and that you'll never recover. But you will recover, and you'll find somebody else. But in the meantime, don't badmouth your former girlfriend. Don't damage her reputation. She was good enough and pleasant enough to be part of your life for a long period of time. So make the exit as graceful as possible. One thing in the housekeeping department, do take seriously what her criticisms of you are. If you're breaking up, she may be angry and she'll disclose a lot of them. Remember them. They're going to be very good advice. She may think you drink too much, you're too noisy, she doesn't like your friends, you're a bit slovenly, a bit lazy, and you're too late for work or whatever. There's a wonderful template for a more successful relationship later. So take it under advisement. And when you do break up, whether she did it or you did it, maybe you can still remain as friends. You'll be skeptical at the time, but there's no reason to be enemies. So breaking up is hard to do, but if it's done properly, it's the better for both of you, because each of you now can go on and find a relationship which hopefully is much happier and long-lasting than the one you and she had. If you think this is useful, share it with a friend, internetdad.us, and I wish you and your now former girlfriend all the best luck in the world to have a happier future with somebody else. Till next time.